Make him hear you at the White House, now. What a great honor to be here. I don't know how to use these teleprompters like Joe Biden, so Any Hoosiers here? What the hell is a Hoosier? Everybody I ask has a different answer. This is the safest place on the face of the earth today. Did you know that? Now, I have a message for President Obama. I've got a pen. I've got a phone. And it's not an Obama phone either. I paid for my phone. How many of you have a pen and a phone? Millions of us have pens and phones. And what else do we have? We have the Constitution of the United States. We, the people, millions of pens and phones and the Constitution of the United States, and we will not be dictated to by an imperial president, period. And all the liberal media out there, put that in bold and underline it. Now, we also have in the Constitution what we call a Bill of Rights. If you've been sitting here today, you've heard something about that. The purpose of the Bill of Rights is to protect us from them. Which is why they hate it. Now, I'm going to read something. What is it about liberals and a third grade level English that they can't comprehend? I'm going to read something, and let's try this out. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. What is it about liberals and commas that they apparently don't like? That's comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It's as if the framers were writing it for the liberals so they could follow along. You can tell I'm not running for office. Now, we have a retired Supreme Court justice, you've heard about him, who's proposed a change to the Second Amendment that would kill the Second Amendment. Well, I have a proposed amendment out there, too, that limits justices to 12-year terms. What do you think of that one? And limits members of Congress to 12-year terms. What do you think of that one? And empowers 3/5 of the state legislatures to overturn a federal statute or a Supreme Court decision. What do you think of that one? Now, unlike our Attorney General, Eric Holder, I don't know what you're doing about it. He's such a sweetheart. You folks, we're law-abiding, gun-owning citizens. We've never been involved in selling guns to Mexican drug cartels, have we? So what is it with liberals and Mexican drug cartels? And unlike liberal ex-California State Senator Leland Yee, a gun control fanatic, and his buddy Shrimp Boy, what's his name? We law-abiding gun owners have never conspired to buy arms from a Muslim rebel group, including shoulder-fired missiles to sell in the United States either, have we? I'd say guns are dangerous in the hands of liberals. Maybe that's another amendment. The right to bear arms unless you're a liberal. And why is the administration most radically hostile to the Second Amendment, hoarding guns and bullets? I'd say it's time some of these federal departments and agencies, 73 of them, disarm. What the hell is the Department of Education and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration doing with sworn officers? Now, you've heard about the Declaration of Independence. Now, that makes clear that we have unalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Now, these rights are granted by God, not by politicians and not by government, and they cannot take them away, period. And we have a Constitution. Every damn one of them puts their hand on a Bible, a couple put them on a Koran, and they swear to tell what? They swear to faithfully uphold the Constitution of the United States. Not to fundamentally transform it, not evade it, not rewrite it, but honor it. When we have elections, it's for politicians. We don't have plebiscites on the Constitution, period. The Constitution's First Amendment underscores the right to free speech, assembly, and the exercise of religion. The Second Amendment underscores the right to arm yourself and the states to arm themselves. I always laugh, the liberals, they say things like, no, it's a well-armed militia. Do they know why there's a well-armed militia in the states? Do they know the history of that? It's because in the ratification conventions in the states, they said, if the federal government turns oppressive, we want to defend ourselves. Do the liberals even understand that? The Fourth Amendment underscores the right to be secure in our persons, property, papers, and effects, and places obstructions in front of the government to prevent abuses. The Fifth Amendment protects the citizen from abuses of criminal laws by the government and protects private property from outright confiscation. Wow, you would think that these framers were fearful of big government, wouldn't you? Kind of nutty, kook, right-wing extremists, weren't they? Tea Party activists, NRA members, you know, that sort of thing. Now, this Ninth Amendment, which is all but ignored, it underscores that the Bill of Rights is not to be misconstrued as a limit on our unalienable rights, but an enumeration of certain rights too often abused by government in the pursuit of tyranny. And the 10th Amendment makes clear that the states retain their sovereignty and plenary power vis-a-vis the federal government's limited and enumerated powers, Mr. President. You know, I was given 10 minutes, so unlike these politicians, I won't be doing 20 minutes here. Just thought I'd tell you. But I am on the radio 5 nights a week. You can listen to me there. For now, anyway. Now, these unalienable rights and these constitutional proclamations are under relentless and daily assault by the very people the framers feared the most, by politicians and bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. And you cannot rely on the media to do what the media are supposed to do. The media are the proletarian guard. I said proletariat, well, never mind. The media are the Praetorian Guard for this president and the big government state. That's what they believe in. That's who they are. We will not find relief in any of them. Now, it's obvious to many of us that we live in a post-constitutional period. This has been the objective of the Democrat Party for a century. Meanwhile, the other party acts like a bunch of French Republicans, confounded, confused, not sure what to do. They're looking for a new agenda. They're looking for a way to reach out. I have one. It's called the Constitution of the United States. They're looking for a new economic policy. I have one. It's called capitalism. Meanwhile, look what's going on in Washington, D.C. The Internal Revenue Service has been sicked on conservative and Tea Party organizations, and the Democrats defend it, and the Speaker of the House will not call a select committee to investigate. The NSA is collecting our phone numbers to see who we're calling. Well, we're not calling terrorists, damn it. Don't track our phone numbers, track their phone numbers. The Department of Justice is run amok. The Environmental Protection Agency is run amok. The Interior Department is run amok. The whole damn federal Leviathan is run amok. But don't worry, at least you can get health care. Well, actually, you can't. In closing, these are perilous times, and you know that or you wouldn't be here. Yet I'll be honest with you, when I sat back there for several hours and I watched some excellent speeches, really, and I watch you folks, I have some hope. You're full of energy, you're full of passion, you don't need to be here, you want to be here. You're Paul and Paulette Revere's, and I want to salute you. Give yourselves a hand. And I want the media in this country to know, the president and his party to know, and the French Republicans to know, we're not going anywhere. This is our country, and we're staying put. And we're right, and you're wrong. God bless you. Thank you, NRA. Thank you, NRA members. Be safe.
Mark, before you leave, I want you to know how thankful we are for you being here today and for broadcasting our shared message of freedom to millions of gun owners and patriots across America. So we want to give you something to help defend your underground command post, deep in the bowels of the hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building. I'd like to ask Marvin Kemper to come out on stage because he's the one who built this custom flintlock rifle. Every piece of this work of art, from the maple stock to the silver engraving, he made here in Indiana. So please accept this rifle and our thanks for your courageous efforts to advance liberty.